Robbie Davis. Robbie's been with me a lot. In fact, you started with me on this show as an apprentice.
That was some time ago, I think.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, I don't
age
remember.
you. My age is obvious. Seems like a long time ago.
About 14 years ago.
And that was just about, the show's been on 16 years, so you were one of the first guests, really. I remember having you as an apprentice, Migliori as an apprentice. Right down the list, I can look at that Jockey Con, all these guys I've lost bets on, and I started their careers. But we've had a very good relationship through the years. Your mother writes to me.
Yeah, I bought her a satellite dish out in Idaho, and she watches the show every day, and she sends her regards.
And she writes me letters about you and what to say, and even at Saratoga, I was right next to the Jock's room, used to come in and watch the reruns with us.
Oh yeah, I tried to give you some pointers on how to watch a race.
Yes, what to look for, when you go and when you know. Seriously. Yeah, but we had a very good time with you. Now, you seem to ride in almost every race we run. We were looking at the card this morning before you came for the interview. Do you ever get a rest? Well,
you know, I try to rest as much as I can when I get home, and limit my horses in the morning to, you know, there's one or two, and then try to ride the best races, you know, in the afternoon.
Well, you have former trainer Mike Kelly now handling your book. I guess he just wants to keep you aboard, right? Always on a horse. Yeah,
Mike is a brilliant horseman and come from an excellent racing family.
One of the best.
And, I wasn't real sure how Mike was going to do with being an agent. He'd never been an agent, and we had to kind of teach him how to lie a little bit, but he's doing a good job.
Is he spinning a lot of people? Because that's the...
No, he's not. He's a real honorable type of guy. He's a genuine agent, and I believe he's going to make a real good agent.
Now I want to ask you, this winter, you staying here?
I'd really like to stay, Harvey, but I'm at a point in my career where I need to get that big horse and
that's what I want to talk about. I think we go over this with you almost every year. The decision comes, should I stay here and be one of the leading riders, or I go down there and scrounge? And you're always looking for the big horse, and you had some big horse. You won the Arlington Million. You're not exactly out of horses. You won a 3-year-old. I won a 3-year-old,
and you know, every rider's dream is to win the Derby, and you know, if it isn't, he probably shouldn't be riding. I had the chance to ride some nice 3-year-olds. They just didn't materialize, and we're just kind of trying to stay as close as we can to the better horses and throughout the year, and try to put our name in the hat. You know, when I was leading rider at the inner track at Aqueduct, nobody looked up and seen, oh, Robbie Davis, leading rider at Aqueduct. They didn't come and get me, and so I had to go out there and try to pinch for those horses from Kentucky and Florida and also New York.
So when you go to Florida, and there's a lot of riders with the same plans, after everybody ends up down at the Gulfstream meet looking for a good 3-year-old, there aren't that many.
Well, there's only one that wins the Derby, and you know, you never know when that one's going to come, and you might be at the right place at the right time with the right customer, and hopefully that'll happen. It could happen to anybody. There's the potential of riders are there. It's just trying to be in the right spot at the right time.
It's an interesting business because, as you say, you can be the leading jockey here, there, and everywhere. When you're on the winner of the Kentucky Derby, you're suddenly a name.
Then you're a national name. I mean, once you do that, then they look, well, look here, oh, Robbie won the Derby, or, you know, Mr. Stevens won the Derby, or Mr. Bailey, and then pretty soon you just go into stardom and go right in to be a champion.
Well, you're kind of a star with us. Let's just look. One of the races of the week we did skip. The first flight, run on Saturday, I believe, here. Let's take a look at it right now, see who won it.
And they're off. Stormy Chrissy trying to get to the early lead. Rain Dance has early speed, and toward the outside, surprising fact, Napoleon and Thunder Achiever, they're moving up the back stretch, and Rain Dance with a two-pronged challenge. Stormy Chrissy down inside, surprising fact on the outside. Thunder Achiever is fourth. Napoleon fifth on the inside. Miss Golden Circle rating 6 lengths from the lead, she's sixth. A break of 4 back to Forested, followed by Call Account, Mary McGlinchey, and Return of Mom has been outsprinted early. The first quarter went in a lively 22 1/5 seconds. They hit the half-mile pole. Stormy Chrissy's under heavy pressure from Surprising Fact. On the far outside, Thunder Achiever. In between horses, Rain Dance continues to fight it out. Miss Golden Circle is strong, 3 lengths from the lead. The half, and eye-popping 44-3. The pace is a torrid one here with Stormy Chrissy, Thunder Achiever, and Surprising Fact. Miss Golden Circle looms a threat just in behind the lead. Napoleon is fifth, then Rain Dance and Forested. Off the turn and into the stretch. Thunder Achiever coming away with the lead. On the outside, Miss Golden Circle is now second. Stormy Chrissy, Surprising Fact, nothing left in the final furlong. Thunder Achiever trying to hold off Miss Golden Circle. Thunder Achiever a half length. Miss Golden Circle giving her all. Here comes the line with Thunder Achiever. Yes, by a desperate head.
And there's two guys I started out as apprentices battling through the stretch. You and Migliori, but Flying Z gets it for Carlos Martin. Another win.
Yeah, Richie's a tough competitor, you know. I mean, he's been around, he knows all the tricks, and there's a lot of good riders here in the jocks room.
Now, that's another thing. We know there's a lot, and again, we're going down south. Last year, you thought you might have a good one with Maria's Mont.
We did. We had our fingers crossed, and he was two-year-old champion last year, and he done everything right. He come to the Breeders' Cup, and he had a condylar fracture, and that put him out. But we brought him back, and Mr. Schosberg done an excellent job with him, and the connections elected to retire him instead. And
that was it. Were you thinking about it then? I thought it would have been the favorite.
He'd have won the Breeders' Cup, I'm pretty sure. I mean, he was just coming to himself, and he was just growing up and doing everything right. I really thought I had the favorite of the Derby, you know, and if
you did
everything
had gone right.
Sure.
But you got him here. You didn't have to go to Florida to find him.
Well, Rick went to Florida that winter, and I picked up Not Surprising for Mr. Van Warp, and I rode two Eclipse Award champions, right. And that was a different league altogether, and that really, once you get a taste of that, that really puts a different perspective into racing for a rider.
Well, you certainly have had as good a year as you've ever had. Forgetting the three-year-old champions, you won a lot of stakes, you won the Arlington, you've been all over the place, and you've hit the standings at every meet we've had.
We had a very, very good meet at Belmont. Finished second behind Jerry, which is like being leading rider.
First.
I mean,
second behind Jerry.
Sure.
Like
I mean,
first.
And we've picked up nice horses, and we won some stakes for Mr. Zito and different trainers, and picked up some nice horses, and we're not done yet. We win a nice race in Keeneland on the Queen Elizabeth for Mr. Toner, Memories of Silver, which was a very nice three-year-old filly. I mean, she's a genuine filly.
So you've had good horses, but you still want to be on at least a contender in the Derby.
Well, you always dream of trying to be in a contention of being in a picture, or at least putting your name in the hat, so that you can have an opportunity to ride those races. I mean, if you never do, then so be it, but at least you tried. Well,
I've seen you grow up, I've seen you go through tragedy, and I've seen you come back. How many kids have you got now? We've got, well, they call it the Davis bunch. We got 3 girls and 3 boys, and I have a lovely wife. She supports me through everything, and we're doing real well. I'm very happy and content, and I just kind of keep chugging along at an even pace and a compliment to you and your wife, everyone around the racetrack. Those children are well behaved.
Well, thank you.
They really are. All 6 of them. Are all going to be any riders coming out of that group?
Well, I'm going to have to try to weed them out. I'll try to get them a good education first.
And you go. When are you heading for Florida?
We'll take a couple weeks vacation in 1st of December, and we'll head down there probably around the 20th and start getting going a little bit.
What does the family do? They stay here. Some of them are in school.
Some of them are in school. We have a Catholic school in Florida that they
you
go
take
to.
Move down? They go with you?
We go for a 2nd semester in Florida, and you know, it's not you know, carved in stone, but we're doing it for a couple of years now to see how things work out, and then we'll see go from there.
We hope you get a big horse. I'd like to see you get, but as far as I'm concerned, you're a big guy anyway.
Well, thank you.
Robbie Davis will be right back with some more Races of the Week.